Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Cam6i78, and in today's video, I'm going to answer the question of what in the world are you supposed to spend your fleet currency on in ships. In ships, there are three stages. There's the beginning stage, which is when you're level 60 to 72. Stage 2, which is when you're level 73 to 82. And the final stage is when you get the Zeta Challenge unlocked, and hopefully you can 3-star it. I'm joined today with DeathRattle and Morningstar, and we're going to give you guys the best advice we can for ships. So with that, let's get rolling. So when you unlock ships, hopefully you have an Admiral Akbar lead. There are two different routes you can take. You can take the pay-to-play route, where you're probably going to pay for the TIE Advance because that pack is still available today. You're also going to have the potential of buying the TIE Reaper. You're going to want to run a Grand Moff Tarkin lead with, hopefully, if you're farming the TIE Fighter pilot, like with his TIE Advanced, the First Order TIE pilot, basically any Empire team comp with Slave 1 is going to be helpful for you. But when you're just starting ships, you're not going to have a whole lot of ships, so you want to get bigs right off the bat. Hopefully you're running a Rebels team in Arena. Jedi Consular is great, but for the pay-to-play route, you won't really use him. For the free-to-play route, hopefully you're going to have bigs, and you're going to see Wedge in the Fleet Shipment store, and you want to get Wedge right off the bat. Wedge is a great addition to your Squad Arena team, and Squad Arena is the main thing you need to be paying attention to. Uh, just You kind of want to grind out ships for the most part, and you also want to keep your eye out for characters like Rex, Sunfac, uh, and etc. in the fleet shipments. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I definitely agree with Wedge being your number one priority the moment you hit 60. Not only does he help you with the Palpatine challenge, because you're going to want Palpatine no matter what at some point, he also, yeah, like you said, he's great in the arena. His ship does so much damage if you set it up right. So I definitely agree. He should be your priority the moment you hit 60.
All right. Death, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're going to get so much value out of Wedge that it's not even funny. Like Morningstar just said, he's going to help with your Palpatine event. You're going to use him probably in Arena and team him with Biggs because their synergy is awesome. His ship, with Biggs' ship and under a Akbar ship lead, they have awesome synergy together. So you're paying for yourself right there in what you're going to do. It's going to reap the benefits of that without a doubt.
I 100% agree. I think Wedge is the way to go. You also kind of want to keep an eye out for Rex. Sunfac is great. I know Morningstar loves his Sunfac, don't we all? But there's a lot of great characters. There's a lot of stuff you can buy in the Fleet store, and that's why we don't make it clear to you to get Wedge right off the bat if you can. Get that early jump on everybody else, and so you can get more crystals through your Squad Arena team. Let's move on to the middle team comp, which is when you're going to have levels hopefully 73 to 82. Right now you're going to be running a Rebel team in Squad Arena. You're trying to get your Gear 10, Gear 9 characters. Like Morningstar said, getting that Emperor Palpatine 7-star makes a huge difference in your progression of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And from my personal opinion, I feel like when you're in the middle of this grinding, you want to get that Zeta Challenge unlocked as soon as you can. So just getting those ships, if you can rank up in the top 200, that's a big difference, but it's going to take a long time, so you're going to want to do those 5 arena battles if you can. Personally, my ship shard, which is like the arena place where I battle, is kind of lazy, so I don't experience a whole lot of pressure, but that might be different for you guys. Let me hear your guys' thoughts, what you think about farming ships kind of in the middle of the grinding, as well as just like paying attention to some characters like Rex and Maul.
Well, we know that ship power itself is affected greatly by the level and star level and gear level of your characters. So, in my mind, I would suggest you focus heavily on 7-starring a few of these characters that are available in the fleet store. They will improve your fleet power greatly the moment moment you 7-star them and throw some level 15 5-dot mods on them, which at this progression point you should be able to at least do health mods, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to use anything else, just any crappy mod that you have. It will improve your fleet exponentially over time. And during this progression, I would suggest that you actually focus on characters, even if you have no interest in Maul. You never want to Zeta him. You never plan on running a Sith team. That's fine. You should still get him because his ship, Scimitar, is the only ship in the game that is viable at level 1. You use it as a reinforcement. It comes in. It does its thing. Even if it dies instantly, it still did its thing. Another character and ship you might want to think about is Vistan with Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. They're both going to be kind of hard farms because you probably didn't focus on them, but it's pretty much consensus that Vistan's U-Wing is one of the most underrated ships in the game. And it can go in almost any team comp.
Yeah. Another ship you want to pay attention to always is Slave 1. Slave 1 is arguably the best ship in the game. It's got an awesome, awesome kit. And I totally agree. I think for the most part, especially Slave 1 under Akbar's lead, where you can do the double sabotage, where he like shoots that little white bomb and it blows up. It's just amazing. I know DeathRattle has some awesome experience with reinforcements coming in and blowing up everybody, but that's kind of towards the end game. So keep your eye out for Rex, Maul, Scimitar, Slave 1. Hopefully you have like some sort of Rancor team by this point that can at least do a lot of damage in Phase 1. But really that's kind of the end for middle part grinding, what you need to be focusing for your ship currency on. Now let's move to the end game. I think going half for gear and half gear and characters and the other half keeping for ships until you have some more character 7 stars, then you can use more for characters and gear. My personal belief is getting Vader for the Zeta because he's a rare pop-up in the shipments. But he's really good for the Rancor raid, Phase 2 of Heroic AAT, and he's somewhat arena viable. I know DeathRattle has some stories about Nukin for farming gear. DeathRattle, what do you have to say about that?
Well, we had a guy in my guild at Republic Corban, and when we came over and started running the AAT, he was top 20, top 25, not that big a deal, not doing more than $1 million, $1.5 million damage. He started solely focusing on buying gear from the fleet store. And he is now pushing in the top 3 in the heroic AAT every single time we run it. And that's over a 3-month span, focusing slowly on buying those stun cuffs. Whatever's, a good thing for what you need. That the proof's in the pudding. He did it, and that's what he's focused on. Now, he also used some of that for some Zeta materials as well, but most of it for the beginning was just straight gear, and he did an awesome freaking job.
Yeah, I think one thing to note is that you kind of want to be in the top 20 if you're going to do this, because ship currency is really important in the game, and you want to try and get rank 1 basically as fast as you can, because that 1800 makes a big difference. Morningstar, do you agree with that?
Oh, yes, I do. I've been lucky enough to have a somewhat weak ship fleet arena, and I will say 1800 makes a massive difference. Speaking of the heroic AAT, there are quite a number of characters you can farm out of the fleet store. Currently, it looks like, obviously, in any standard Rebel team, you can do a good amount of damage in Phase 4 once you hit Gear 10, 11, right? But you also have Vader and Tusken Shaman for the current record holder of Phase 2 damage. You can also farm 3 of the clones. All 3 of them were, as soon as the fleet store opened, that's when all, Echo, Rex, and Cody became free to play.
Yeah,
Sunfac helps you in Phase 3, whereas all the clones, right now, the Princess Zodi team is destroying Phase 4.
Yeah, 6.9 million.
I will also say, like I said, there is quite a number of characters you can farm. Quite a number of characters you can farm somewhere else as well. So characters like Grand Moff Tarkin, hopefully you farmed him out of the squad arena shipments, or Admiral Akbar, same difference, right?
Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano, in your Jedi Phase 1 team, she's viable. She's also an amazing ship, by the way. But yeah, ships like Geonosian Soldier and Geonosian Spy, I mean, they're acceptable to farm if you need your dark side ships for the Zeta challenge. If you didn't go the pay-to-play route and you didn't get TIE Advanced or the TIE Reaper, so on and so forth.
All right, DeathRattle, what do you can you give us like an end game kind of vision for what our ships are supposed to look like towards the end of the game, so we know what we're supposed to shoot for at the end of this video?
So the biggest thing, end game wise, is you're going to build a team, preferably an Empire team, with a Tarkin lead that's going to be based on target lock. And what happens is you're going to need to focus on the Scimitar, the TIE Advanced, TIE Fighter Pilot, Biggs, and Sunflack. Fives as a reinforcement, and Slave 1 is a reinforcement. And what you're going to do is you're going to set up the opposing team. Everybody gets a little bit of target lock on 3, 4, 5 of those ships. They're going to destroy your Biggs because he's taunting. And you basically call in fives, you pull his special, bam, 40, 50, 60,000 K damage on everybody, and you're wiping them. Now, if you're running against, a Mace team, and they have all that protection all the time from all those specials that they do, you're probably going to need a second attempt with Slave 1, but you're going to call Slave 1 after you knock everybody with some target locks. Slave 1's going to hit his special when you call him in and knock him down again. And if that still isn't going to get you where you need to be to win, by that time, your cooldown special from Tarkin is going to call in all those ties out of his ship and destroy what's ever left. And like I said the other night, I haven't lost on attack a fleet battle in 3 months.
That's incredible. So that's the end game image. Basically, just would you suggest kind of going half for gear, half for and characters, and the half kind of like just keeping the ships there? And once you're done with those ships, you can just go all in on characters and gear.
Oh, absolutely.
And Zetas, getting the Zetas faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna want to say, hey, does my arena shard, can I rank top 20? If you can't, then this isn't for you. Get in the top 20, get in the top 10. And if you can't get in the top 10 in your fleet shard as well, because those are so important, getting all that currency from there, then you can start focusing on buying gear for your commanders, your regular fighters, plus your arena team, and your Rancor teams, and your heroic AT teams. So it behooves you to plan this out and not just, oh, he looks awesome, I'm going to do that. Stick to your plan and don't get too ahead of yourself. And this will all work out and you'll be crushing it soon.
All right. Thanks, guys, for showing up. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This is just the beginning of hopefully an abundance of podcasts to come to give you guys the best advice we all can, because it's important to know what you're doing in this game, and there's a lot of experience in basically any pre-Team Skunk guild now. It's divided between the Alliance and Republic. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and keep on grinding.